Did you know that in the world of biotech companies, a single scientific breakthrough can skyrocket a stock's price? It's a constant race to cure diseases, and whoever gets the first, takes the prize. Can we predict who will win and get ahead of the game? Stick around, because today we'll analyze 3 key catalysts from 3 companies for the first quarter of 2025. Welcome to Taxi Biotech, a show where I explore the news and updates from the world of biotechnology and learn about their impact on the stock market. The stock data I present here reflects the performance of companies or the clinical trials and does not constitute any investment recommendation. This is purely for entertainment. Today we are starting our journey in Asturias on the Ruta del Cares, a path that, much like biotechnology, is full of tunnels, bridges and hills. But if we walk slowly, we can enjoy this amazing journey. If you like me to visit your city, let me know in the comments. Okay, a few days ago I shared a list on X of companies updating their forecast for 2025. I focus on identifying the scientific catalysts expected in the first part of the year. Catalysts are key events like clinical trial results that can significantly impact a stock's value. The list is pretty long, but today I analyze just 3 of them. Okay, the first one. Let's start with the first one, Eyepoint Pharmaceuticals. In a press release on January 13th, they announced they would have the full results of their phase 2 trial for diabetic macular edema this quarter. The clinical trial aims to determine whether their drug improves vision and reduces the need for additional treatments, such as ocular injections with standard medication. Let's break it down in detail. First, let's talk about their technology. They use a tiny biodegradable ocular implant. There it is, which in this case delivers VEGF inhibitor. This blocks the factor responsible for vascular permeability and helps improve the prognosis of this disease. Okay, now, to figure out if this clinical trial is likely to have good results, we can look at the interim data they've already presented. On October 28, they shared 16-week interim results. To test if the drug was effective, they used visual test and vision improvement metrics. They compared the drug against the standard therapy, Eylea 2 mg. The results showed improvements on both scales compared to the control group. The patients with the treatment of Eyepoint can read more letters than the control test. What's more, 82% of the patients here in red did not need rescue medication, which is significant because in the control group, 50% of the patients did require additional ocular injections with the standard therapy. This is excellent, as it not only improves patients' quality of life but also positions Eyepoint as a leader in treating diabetic macular edema. The trial defines the primary endpoint as the difference in the use of rescue medication, and the secondary endpoint as vision improvement. This is another advantage because the difference in rescue are clear and bigger. To put these visual improvements metrics into context, we can look at the reference studies for the standard therapy, bias Eylea. Eyepoint's improvement values fall within the expected range of improvement, but according to the Eyepoint study, their drug performs better head-to-head. And to confirm our belief that Eyepoint's data is promising, we can look at their stock chart when their interim results were published. The stock jumped 34%, confirming that the data was very well received. Here's their pipeline, and I believe the only news we can expect this quarter is the phase 2 data. We've already seen strong interim results, and if these are confirmed, it would be fantastic news. Is this already pricing into the stock? It has dropped significantly since the interim results. Maybe we should consider take positions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And one last important note, they've stated they have enough cash to fund operations until 2027, so there is no immediate fear of dilution. Next company, Candel Therapeutics, with survival data from their phase 2 trial in pancreatic cancer and lung cancer expected this quarter. They will also present data on prostate cancer at some scientific conferences. Plus, they have enough cash to fund operations until 2027. The technology for this drug, CAN2409, involves injecting an adenoviral vector directly into the tumor. This vector carries genetic information to encode thymidine kinase derived from herpes virus. As a result, the tumor expresses this viral protein, which can then be targeted with generic herpes medications. When the herpes medication is administered, the tumor cells are killed, triggering an immune system response. This essentially creates a form of natural immunotherapy. CAN2409 is being studied for multiple types of cancers, including a phase 3 trial for prostate cancer. It has also received orphan drug designation, which is quite good. Let's do the same as before. Look at the interim data. The results are very good. A survival rate of 28 months compared to 12 months in the control group. Let's do the same as before. Look at the interim data. The results are spectacular in pancreatic cancer. A survival rate of 28 months compared to 12 months in the control group. After 24 months, 71.4% of the patients treated with this therapy were still alive, compared to just 16.7% for those receiving chemotherapy. Additionally, the therapy demonstrated good safety for patients. When these results were announced, the stock skyrocketed almost 300% in a single day. However, on May 26 here, they presented data for the same drug in other cancer, non-small cell lung cancer, and their stock fell more than 30%. Why? Well, perhaps the results weren't as spectacular as the pancreatic cancer data. For lung cancer, they reported a survival rate of 20.6 months compared to 11.6 months with the standard therapy in other clinical trials. The therapy remained safe and continued to activate the immune system, so this is good. They presented a poster with the results of this study, which includes 80 patients divided into two cohorts, one with stable cancer and the other with progressive cancer. The response were 40% in the stable cohort and 8% in the progressive disease. I don't think these results are bad. In the Eyepoint stock performance, the stock chart showed a significant decline after the announcement. However, here, in this case, the stock has remained well above its levels prior to the news. It's also worth noting that Candel company's market capitalization is smaller than Eyepoint's. So, the interim data is good, and with the cash reserves, we can be more confident about avoiding dilution. This is an important catalyst to watch in the coming weeks. The stock chart looks strong, and I am confident with the good data. Now let's move to the last company, Werewolf Therapeutics. They announced that they would present phase 1 data evaluating WTC-124 in the first half of 2025. The drug is a cytokine, in this case IL-2, that activates only locally at the tumor site. They presented initial data at the Society for Immunotherapy of Cancer. Let's look at their poster. They show that out of the patients treated with monotherapy, 3 patients here respond by reducing tumor size. While 3 may not seem like many, considering the small number of initial patients, is not something to dismiss entirely. This was later confirmed in this press release, which mentioned those specific patients. However, this announcement had an immediate impact on the stock, causing it to drop by 33% in the days following the news. Here, at first glance, the stock performance doesn't look great. However, I do see some positives. Look, some patients respond, and they are testing it as a monotherapy, just IL-2, in a variety of cancers. So this is a phase 1 trial, which is primarily focused on fine-tune and dose and identifying the types of cancer it works best on. It also likely to work better in combination with Pembro. They are working on that, but those results won't be available until late 2025. So it might not be something to consider in the short term, but in the long term, once they refine the types of cancer and drug combination, it could have better future. And as this user usually say, be very careful here, you know how it works, good data, minus 20%, this is biotech, be very careful. And that's it for today's video. We are wrapping up by doing what we love the most, enjoying the journey and learning with biotech. Bye!